What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from Foam Brewers, and they're out of Burlington, Vermont, and this is their Together or Alone. So this is a double IPA that is brewed with oats and lactose, so it is essentially an oat cream double IPA. It comes in at 8.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, time of review. This can is just over 3 weeks old. So I have reviewed one beer from Foam on the channel, and that was about 4 years ago, back in 2018. I think it was August of 2018. And the beer I reviewed was their Like Clockwork. And it was given to me by a friend, Sean, because back then we did not get distro of Foam beers here in the Buffalo, New York area. Now, over the past year or so, we've started to see some of their beers show up, and they just had a fresh drop here locally, and this one sounded the most appeasing to me, so I picked it up to review. It's basically an oat cream double IPA, and I believe the hops are Citra, Sauvin and Galaxy. So sign me up for that combo of hopefully awesomeness. So let's give it a crack here, and I'm just pouring in the Barn Cat Teacup because I don't use this glass a lot, but I like it. Shout out to Barn Cat up in Ontario, great brewery. Not being able to go to Canada for the last couple years, kind of a bummer. Wanted to check them out. Bellwoods, the whole nine. I don't know, why am I talking about Canadian breweries in a Foam review? Because I can, I guess. I don't know. So, on camera, probably going to be dull, hopefully not. But in person, holding it up to the light, dude, that sunshine in the glass has a yellow-orange color, but more to like the yellow side of things. Like it's really bright and just hazy looking. Very murky and turbid. Has about a finger and a half of a bright white, super creamy looking head. That looks fucking beautiful. Like, again, I say this occasionally, but that is like a perfect Instagram beer. Like, you would want to take a picture of this and 100% Instagram all day long. Something on my hands here. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, looks beautiful. Let's get a nose. Oh, big citrus. Sweeter citrus. Candied orange. Almost like a candied lemon lime. A little bit of that white grape thing you get from Nelson. And then a lot of juicy, fresh, sweet pineapple is what I'm getting hit with. So I think the Citra, Nelson, and Galaxy all doing their job. Has a slight dank, like, herbaceousness to it as well. I really like the artwork, too, of their cans. I like the wraparound cans where, you know, it's just not a... I mean, it's really, really a nice label. Artwork and everything, just really nice. Anyway, yeah, not much more to say about it. Candied orange, candied like lemon lime. There is a bit of that white grape, maybe a slight like gooseberry thing, and then a shit ton of sweet, fresh, juicy pineapple. Smells really good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Real different. It's real different than a lot of the hazies I've been drinking lately. There's a weird kind of character in there, like a weird fruit, like almost like, maybe it's like a melon, like a honeydew and a cantaloupe. But the way it's hitting me is kind of different, but it kind of has that kind of, Let me go back in for another sip here. We'll go body mouthfeel and then get into the tasting notes even further. Body in this one's medium body, a little bit thin at 8.5%. But the mouthfeel is soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. It's not like super luscious and over the top, but you know the oats and the lactose are kind of doing their job. I think the lactose is also building up the sweetness a little bit as well. So body, bit thin, mouthfeel, appropriate. The taste, it almost has this acidic, juicy orange kind of feel, like almost the finish of like after taking a sip of orange juice. That's kind of what's at the tip of my tongue. So it's sweet, it's slightly acidic, slightly tart, just right at the front. And I would say for sure it's orange. Maybe tangerine, but more orange than anything. Passes through. It's almost like you had a fruit bowl and you had grapes in there, you had pineapple, and you had like cantaloupe. And you just took a handful of all three fruits at once and you just started eating them. And that's kind of what this tastes like, middle of the palate. It almost has two, I don't think they're using, because you know, they would say it here if they were, but it almost has like a honey-like sweetness as well, like a floral honey note that I'm getting. Maybe that's also mixing it with the fruits and kind of making it a bit different. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a honey. I haven't used this taste note probably in a long time. It's like a honey drizzled cantaloupe or like honeydew melon. Or maybe you just took those aforementioned 3 fruits in the fruit bowl and drizzled them with a little bit of honey. It's a little bit sweeter. On the second half of the palate, the one issue I'm having with this beer right now is it definitely is leaning sweet. With that lactose in there, 8.5%, there's not a like substantial bitterness or super dry kind of feeling in this beer, so it's a little bit unbalanced from that aspect. Yeah, very slightly dry, mildly bitter. And then on the back of the palate, it has this floral, herbaceous, slightly dank thing, more floral than anything. I get a big floral pop from this one. Yeah, I mean, this is a really solid, really good. Like, I enjoy this, but I'm telling you right now, after drinking whatever 4 ounces of this, I feel by like the last 4 to 6 ounces, probably gonna be too sweet for me. I think the addition of the lactose, which is helping the mouthfeel, it's making it slightly too sweet and a little bit unbalanced from that aspect. That said, I still really like this one. 8.5%, they hide the alcohol beautifully well here. Really not getting any warming in the chest, nothing on the palate. So flavors, juicy orange / tangerine. Again, some of that sweet kind of pineapple. I would say the fruit bowl is white grapes, pineapple, and I would say more cantaloupe than honeydew. And you drizzle some honey. Get that like middle of the palate. And then on the back of the palate, it's floral, it's herbaceous, slightly dank, finishes slightly dry, mildly bitter, leans a little bit too sweet for me, but I still like the flavors. Flavor-wise, this is like a 4.25 out of 5, but I gotta knock it a bit because I think the body's a bit thin, it's a little bit too sweet. So together or alone, from Foam, I am going to give this a very solid high 4 out of 5. We'll go 4.1 out of 5. I think that's a fair score. It would definitely get a 4.25 if the body was better or the sweetness was toned down a little bit. I would say easily 4.25, maybe even a high 4.25. Really solid beer, really, really tasty. I enjoy it. I think the flavors are really good. It's just, a little bit thin, a little bit too much sweetness. Price point availability, I paid $6 for that can. So again, Foam getting distro, you're talking that'd be $24 a 4-pack. Is that pricey? Yes, it is. But I imagine if you bought this at Foam or probably in Vermont, you're probably talking $20 a 4-pack, which for 8.5% double IPA with oats and lactose, that's kind of the going rate. I don't mind paying $6 for a can when you get distro of it. If I bought a 4-pack, maybe it's a little bit cheaper. Maybe it's more in like the $22 around, but still a little bit high. And for $5 a can, or for $6 a can, I wouldn't rebuy this one just because I gave it a 4.1. Damn good score. Doesn't justify $6 a can. But if I was trying it for the first time, like I just did, no problems picking it up. Availability, I don't have any idea with Foam. I just know here in the Western New York area, we do get distro of their stuff. So if you get distro Foam, let me know where you're at and what you get from them, because I'd really appreciate it. And also post in the comment section if you've had this one before, because I'd like to hear what you think about this one or anything from Foam. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.